Hey friends, Thad the Dad here. It's Walk the Field with Thad the Dad. Here we have senior Ethan Patterson. Ethan, can we take a walk?
All right.
All right, Ethan, your parents are?
Chris and Pat Patterson.
Okay, and you're obviously a senior. What position?
Fullback and linebacker.
Okay, you like the linebacker, but what zone do you like better?
Linebacker, because I play that more.
Yeah, you do. You really played up. How long have you played football?
10 years now.
Okay, great. What's your favorite food?
Probably some deer meat.
Deer meat? Oh, you a big hunter?
Oh, yeah.
You archery hunt?
Yep.
Done any good this year yet?
I passed a couple of, but
You a little particular early on?
Yeah.
Okay. Rifle hunt too then?
Yep.
Okay. Vacation spot?
I like Myrtle.
Myrtle
Myrtle's
Beach.
fun.
Okay, I think I know the answer to this one already if you like to hunt. Cabin in the woods or beach?
Oh, cabin in the woods.
Okay, all right. The favorite pizza topping?
Right, just pepperoni.
Pepperoni, okay. Best thing about playing high school sports?
You get to make a lot of friends.
Okay.
And it's just a lot of fun.
All right. In a word, can you describe Coach Dan Bradley? That's putting you on the spot. One word for him.
I don't know, just like disciplined.
Discipline?
That's
Okay,
my
that
word
works.
for
And your future plans?
him. Something in the labor force,
Okay.
like construction.
Okay, great. Well, hey, Ethan, we're at the end of the line. Ethan,
Cool.
thank you for your time.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck. Fun watching you play here the last
Thank you.
10 years.
Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
You too.
Hey, friends, Thad the Dad here with senior Ryder Grinnan. Ryder, can we take a walk?
Sure.
Okay, Ryder, your parents are?
John and Susan,
Okay, John and Susan. And how many years have you been playing football?
10 or 11, went
Okay, and your positions are? Tell the folks what positions you play.
to O-line and D-line.
Okay, do you have a favorite?
It's a mix of both. Sometimes I like the offense, sometimes I defense.
Depends how big the guys across from you.
Not really.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Do you, what songs are on your playlist?
Yeah, I don't have a playlist.
Oh, you don't?
I just sit there and focus, basically.
Okay, you're focused. Do you have a favorite teacher at Ellwood City?
I don't really know what.
Oh, where'd you go?
I go PA Cyber.
Okay, all right. Do you like the cyber school?
Yeah.
How long have you done that?
I've done it since 9th grade. and
Okay.
It's way easier than Ellwood, basically.
Okay, no, cyber's is becoming more and more popular all over the place. Favorite restaurant?
Edwards in Newcastle.
Oh, that's a good place. I like that. Edwards is good. What's your future plans?
Going to career school, work on mechanics maybe.
Okay.
Help my dad with the business. I don't know.
Okay, and your dad's business is?
Yeah. Don't know if it's starting up yet.
Okay. And what best part about playing high school sports?
Just the family that we have. Like, it's close knit. It's perfect.
That's awesome.
Another brotherhood for us. It's right there.
And it'll be there forever. That's what's even
It's
better.
right there. If you need anything, there's someone. If you need this, it's there.
Great. Ryder, thank you.
Thank you.
Great season. Been
Thank
fun
you.
watching you. Hey friends, Thad the Dad here, walking the field with senior Ryan Gajewski. Ryan, can we take a walk?
Yeah, sure.
All right, Ryan, your parents are?
Frank and Mary Ann Gajewski.
Okay, and tell us what happened to your sling here.
I got injured during one of the JV games and have a slight separation of my shoulder.
Okay, well, good luck with that. Also, you are in the band.
Yes, sir.
How is that going football and then coming out for halftime for band and going back in?
It's pretty interesting. Sometimes it's pretty hard, but with the away games, it's sometimes kind of easy.
Okay, and what instrument do you play?
I play the drums.
Okay, you're a drummer, and okay, great. And interesting fact about you is this is your first year playing football?
Yes, sir.
What brought you out this year?
Mainly Michael trying to convince me to play. So
Okay.
I caved in and came, and I enjoyed it.
Okay, you're glad you did it?
Yeah.
I have tremendous respect for someone coming out their senior year just to do it. And that's pretty awesome stuff. Do you, what songs do you like? Playlist?
Oh, mainly rock.
Rock, okay.
Yeah.
Is there a drummer, since you're a drummer, that you like?
Probably Dave Grohl when he was on Nirvana.
Yeah, okay, that's my generation. That was like, I'm a 91 guy, so that's all Nirvana. What's your future plans?
Right now I'm kind of still up in the air, but I'm might go looking for a job here shortly after the season.
Okay, well, great. What was been the best part about playing football this one year?
Probably senior night when we did the blackout uniforms.
Oh, that was a special night. That's one everybody will remember.
Yeah, it was pretty fun.
Oh, great. All right, thank you for your time. Best of luck.
Thank you.
In all you do. All right, take care. Hey, walking the field with Thad and Dad, and we have with us here senior Michael Walters. Michael, can you take a walk with me?
Yes, sir.
All right, great. Your parents are?
Cindy and Mike Walters.
Okay, are they tall?
No, they're just average height.
Oh, no kidding. How tall are you?
It's about 6'5".
6'5", and your positions are?
Wide receiver and defensive end.
Okay. What do you like better?
Definitely receiver.
Okay. You kind of worked your way into the defensive end spot this year. You're playing more and more of it and doing very well at it. Do you hunt?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I rifle hunt. I don't like the archery hunt.
I got too much sitting around. I don't like that either. I can walk in the woods all day.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pizza?
Sausage.
Okay. Favorite restaurant?
Nico's in Ellwood City.
There you go. I like it. You can see it right over there. Playlist. What is the number 1 or 2 songs on your playlist right now?
Probably like rap songs.
Okay. I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, rap songs are like heavy metal.
There you
like
go.
AC/DC and stuff like
Okay,
that.
now we can be friends.
Yeah.
Concerts? Ever been to any concerts?
No.
What's your dream concert to go to?
Concert from NBA YoungBoy.
Okay.
He's a rapper, yeah.
All right, you probably won't see me at that one. But your future plans?
I want to go to college and master in criminal justice and try to get into the DEA.
Okay, that's awesome. And you're also, let everybody know you're at CTC.
Yeah, Votech.
Votech. So,
Yes, sir.
Michael, thank you.
No
Best
problem.
of luck to you. Good
Thank
luck
you.
this week. Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening. As Thad Sturgeon with Coach Dan Bradley. Coach Bradley here. We're coming to you from the weight room, playoff week. We've not said that around here in Ellwood City, for football-wise anyway, since 2011. And Coach Bradley has taken some time to sit down with us, answer a few questions about the season and the upcoming big game on Friday night. Coach Bradley, your second year here coaching, and you took over the program, but was on a 26, 27-game losing streak. Last year you come in, you were 2-8. You come in this year, you end up 5-5. What have you seen about the team from last year to this year that has got us trending in the right direction?
I think just just maturity. Another year for a lot of young players. We had a really small senior class last year, a small senior class this year. So really, provide an opportunity for a lot of young players to play before they were ready to. But the experience was well worth it this year, and the team has benefited from it.
That's great. And that's an interesting point. Last year you were a young team. This year you're still a young team with just 4 seniors and 17, 18 juniors coming on up through the ranks. The season started off good, a couple wins. As you look back over the season, was there a high point, a low point, or at what point did you think, I have a playoff football team here?
I think coming into the year, we expected to be in the playoffs.
Okay.
We had some up and down games where we failed to make plays. Some of the games we lost, or all the games we lost, we were in the game, and I think the games were a lot more competitive than the final score indicated. Some breakdowns here, breakdowns there, missed opportunities here and there, and all of a sudden you're down 21 points. I do think we were more competitive, across the board than we have been. And for me, I don't know if there's a turning point, but I think the deciding point was the game against Riverside. It was a game we needed to win, a game they wanted to win and possibly make the playoffs. The coaches, the Shannon coaches after the game last year, told us we should beat Riverside last year, and we came out and laid an egg. So I was a little worried, but I think we came out and played well and made a statement.
Well, that Riverside game, we lost to them 7 times in a row. What was the team like after you mercied them?
Yeah,
and then you clinched the playoff spot when you got on the bus. You knew that when you got on the bus to come home. What was that excitement like?
I don't think it was the same as it would have been if it were 21-20. But I do think that we were focused all week and determined that this was going to happen. And we played very well and very decisive way. And it showed, and our kids were pumped for a lot of reasons, making the playoffs. bringing the cup back home and beating Riverside. So,
Yes, that's
we're
always
happy, yeah.
okay. You were talking about the competitive years. Brad and I covered 27 games in a row that we lost. So yes, we agree with you that the games have become so much more competitive. Going into the playoffs, and I don't know if there's many other coaches in WPIAL that have taken four different teams to the playoffs, but I know that you're one of them. This will be the fourth team, am I correct, that you've taken, different team that you've taken to the playoffs?
I guess so. It's something I don't think about, but I guess so. And you pointing it out, yes.
You know, it's a
You're
pretty
correct.
awesome feat, if you ask me, and I think your colleagues would agree. As you're coming into this week, do you prepare differently? Do you see the attitude of the kids differently? How do you temper that, if there is?
We try to keep things the same, routine, repetition. I'm big on that.
Okay.
Keeping things same throughout the week, same throughout the year. We work out the same times. We do the same things. So they know what to expect, but I will say that they have been more focused this week during film and on the field. So I believe we're ready to go.
Oh, great. Just talking about a couple players, the evolution of Chris Smiley, your quarterback, coming in this year, throwing for school record in yards. What's it been like to coach Chris and see that maturity? And he's just still a junior.
Yeah, he's come a long way. He gets a lot of the credit and the blame being a quarterback, but a lot of his success is attributed to the line and receivers. And he won't tell you, we don't say it too often, but a lot of his failures are not always Chris. Maybe it's a drop ball, a wrong route, a bad pass protection, bad blitz pickup. So he gets the credit along with the blame a lot of times, but he has grown as a player much of our team.
Right. And Elijah Palmer McCain, one of the leading, I think he's fourth in WPIAL right now in rushing yards. His maturity from that first year that you got to coach him 2 years ago till now.
Just a more physical runner. Took him a while to get going a little bit this year. He admitted to me, but more physical runner than he was last year. And again, second half of the season, he just comes on strong against good competition.
Right. Yeah,
it's not like he's running for the 150 or 200 yards against the bad teams. The teams that we're getting beat by, he's running that in a competitive manner.
Right.
So.
As a coach, how is it nice to have your that balance? It appears. I mean, not too many teams have a 1,400-yard passer and a running back that's running all over the place. How much fun is that as from the offensive side? You got great wide receivers that are contributing, other running backs, you got your line, but you also have that option to pass or run.
Yeah, it makes things a lot easier. When you can run and pass close to equally as well. It lets you call plays a little bit more aggressively. You don't have to play it so close to the vest, and it gives you some opportunity for big plays when you know you can come back and pick it up on the ground or get a short pass in the next play. So it lets us open up some big shots down the field when we can run the ball.
Okay, I'm sure from defensive coordinator on the opposing side, gives them something else to worry about too, which is always a plus.
Yeah, you don't want to be one-dimensional.
No.
And it definitely helps out.
The game Friday night, Washington going down to play the Prexies. You have some familiarity with that school, correct?
Yes. Graduate, 1988. So yes.
Okay. Have you ever coached there?
No.
So you're going. So we can say you're going back home.
First time.
First time
In the stadium since I played. So.
That'll be exciting. What can you tell us a little bit about the Prexies in Washington?
Traditional power, big up front with some big linemen. Skill guys always present a problem with the big play. Just perennial power, and we're gonna go down and give them a fight.
That's what we want to see.
That's right.
And we will see that Friday night, 7:00. We just found out today, Brad and I, we will be broadcasting the game, and we got some nice pregame stuff going on. So we'll probably be on air about 6:30. Just keep apprised to all of our social media accounts, and we will have the link for that game. It's about an hour and 10-minute drive. As I'm sure Coach Brad, myself would say, we would love to see your smiling faces there at the game. We always want that. But if you can't make it, check us out at the Ellwood City Wolverines YouTube page. Coach Bradley, so much respect for this man, from the parents and the players. I hear it, I see it, and you don't get told. I don't think you're a man that needs many compliments,
No,
and you don't. But I'm telling you one right
Thank
now.
you. Appreciate
You're
it.
a good man, and Ellwood City is so lucky to have you.
Thank you.
And we thank you, and best of luck Friday
Appreciate it.
night.
Playoff football returns to Ellwood City this year, as the Wolverines proved worthy of a spot in the 2A playoff field last Friday night with a shutout victory against their rival, Riverside. Now the Wolverines look to continue the script and continue to play high school football for another Friday. The Wolverines made the playoffs, but not without its share of setbacks, injuries, and defeats. But the Wolverines are looking to write a new script, a script that hasn't been done since 2011. The Wolverines will be looking to win their first playoff game since that year, while also looking for another victory, as they will be on the road during their stay in the playoffs. Ellwood City football and playoffs have been a premium, just 14 games played beyond the regular season in their history. But those games create memories that last forever. With the likes of the great 1925 team to play in a coined national title game, to the dominant 80s of the 1985 through the runner-up in 2A in 1987, and even the recent success just a decade ago in 2010 and 2011, the Wolverines 2023 squad will continue with those great memories. It may be an uphill climb, but one thing is certain. It's a great day to be a Wolverine. Ellwood City Wolverines football playoffs is next on Ellwood City Sports.
Time, will you please now rise to help us honor America as the Washington High School Marching Band plays our national anthem.
Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we come to you tonight from Washington High, Prexy Stadium, as our Ellwood City Wolverines are traveled about an hour and 10 minutes south down to Washington County to take on the little Prexys of Washington. Thad Sturgeon alongside Brad Windhorst, Dakota Marshall upstairs running the camera for us tonight, and playoff time is upon us, and what an exciting time it is. 12-year run here for the Wolverines, not being in the playoffs, and we cannot say that tomorrow because we're in the playoffs here today. Brad, what an exciting night. A great crowd. I was just outside, made the voyage down here to watch the game, as well as we certainly do thank you for joining and tuning in tonight.
Yep, beautiful weather, Thad, tonight. The first week and, Friday night of November here. We're sitting at 51 degrees. A beautiful day all day. Come down here. Yep, the sun went down. It's cooled down just a little bit, but beautiful weather and field ready to go here. Just about 12 minutes away from kickoff. And Thad, we've got a lot of information. I'm glad that we were able to get broadcast tonight. We got a lot of people to thank to do that throughout the evening. A lot of things going on.
We will be doing that, and we'll have that list up throughout the evening. We needed $1,000 to make this broadcast happen this evening, and we put it out there. We finally got confirmation come Wednesday afternoon. Wednesday night, we went out there on our social media accounts to get the money. 6:30. 7 o'clock that next morning, we had the $1,000 forwarded to us from businesses and people from all across. There's people from outside the area that are fans of Ellwood City that sent money. We are so thankful for those. We'll get those lists out there as the game progresses. I say it. You know, your community is only as good as the people in it. And, Brad, we live in a great community. Thank you once again. But, Brad, we got a football game that we're going to broadcast here tonight. The Prexys coming in as a 3 seed, coming in with a record of 9-1 from that Atlantic Conference. And Centric Conference. Yep. And Ellwood City coming in with a record of 5-5, coming in 5th place there in the MAC Conference. So their game here tonight is the 14 seed taking on the number 3 seed.
Yep. And on your screen right now is that bracket. We'll see that bracket throughout the evening. We'll try to keep you updated on out-of-town scores. We know our friends at Lawrence County Sports Network for James Dotson is reached out, and he said, hey, we're going to keep you informed on things. They're covering the 4 Lawrence County games, so we'll keep you informed on that. And obviously, social media in 2023. If there's a score out there, we'll try to get it and bring it back to you, because I know the folks down at Washington, they'd like to see who's that McGuffey Dairy game. They want to see if there's maybe a rematch.
The winner of this game will take on that, and that is the one loss for
Keystone Oaks.
Keystone Oaks was the one loss, and they
played McGuffey last week, and it was a tough battle. You know, we got caught watching the Shannock Mohawk game, and it was 13-7. The Shannock won there. And meantime, people from Washington, the Prexys, they were watching that McGuffey game, or they were actually part of that McGuffey game, and it was a 13-7 game, and it was kind of crazy to see 2 scores, 2 games that we're watching, kind of keeping informed on, and they're the exact same result.
One like opponent here in this season. Both teams that have played Brentwood. Both teams have won. The first matchup of the season for the Wolverines, they took on the Brentwood team and defeated them 27-26. And the Prexys of Washington took on Brentwood in Week 5 and handled them quite easily with the win, 47-6.
Yep, so let's change and switch here a little bit, Thad. Let's talk about my favorite thing that I did all year long. We, at Ellwood City Sports, we always talked about the matchup, the series. We always had a name for it. Well, the name's the easy part. The hard part was finding stats, and I'll tell you why. You can see them on your screen now. Why not? We'll call it the President's Series because it's the Little Prexys. And if you look underneath there, there's a bunch of donuts.
Yes.
This is the first time that the Washington Prexys and Ellwood City Wolverines match up. So there is no all-time record. There is no streak. There is no last year. This is the year.
But there is one commonality that I would like to bring up. And if you saw my interview with Coach Bradley on out there this week, and we ran it before the game, Coach Bradley of the Ellwood City Wolverines is a graduate of Washington High here, Washington Prexys. So it's kind of a coming home for him. This is the first time he's ever coached or head coached on this field. So it's kind of neat for him and makes the story kind of cool for him to come back here and play back where he played a few moons ago.
Yep. So one of the things that we're going to talk about throughout this game, Thad, are these matchups. And we've got the stats, we got the information, we got all the numbers and everything, including a roster change that we will talk about at some point. We did have one roster number change. We can throw out all these numbers. We can throw out all these statistics, and you know I'm a stats guy. You know I'm a math guy. You can throw them out the door. These two teams not familiar with each other. Yes, okay, they're both in 2A, but this is the first time. There is nothing in between other than, like you said, one coach and Brentwood Spartans.
Right. To talk about the teams a little bit, the Wolverines, for our local Wolverine fans, they're certainly familiar with the offense that they put up this year. Great numbers put up by our quarterback, Chris Smiley, the junior southpaw. Has 1,641 yards. That is a single-season record. 17 touchdowns and just 8 interceptions. 107 for 207 for about a 52-yard completion average. And he's done that very well, and I would think he's gotten stronger as the season has progressed, and along with that, his wide receivers have as well. Main receiver is, of course, Michael Walters, the senior. He has 7 touchdown receptions and 35 receptions for a 15.2-yard average. Daylon Curry can come in there. He's had 19 receptions. Luciano Gagrick, we'll see him on the running back side of things. Coming out of the backfield, he has 16 receptions. Elijah Palmer McCain, talk about him more in a minute. He actually has 2 touchdown receptions on the season. So they're willing to throw the ball around and have different targets to go to. And then, of course, you can't talk about the offense of them. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, and I tell you what, Thad, we've been doing this for 6 years now, and I tell you what, this is probably the most balanced team for Ellwood City we've ever seen.
Oh, by far,
it's not even close. And it's great to see that we have a passing game, but it's also nice to know that there is this guy named EPM who was, 4th in WPIAL in rushing?
Yes, he is. Elijah finished the season 4th in rushing out of all WPIAL, not just 2A.
Right.
All of WPIAL.
And on top of it, he's just 35 yards short of the school record. So there's some, and we're going to talk about these records throughout the evening as we close down the season, but across the board, just broken school records. It's insane what Ellwood has
Elijah's
done.
going to get a boatload of the carries. He has 223 on the season. He's averaging 6.2, and those 16 touchdowns kind of stand out there too. He has a total of 18 touchdowns on the year, and that puts him 10th in a WPIAL scoring. And Smiley, you want to talk about stats a little bit? All of WPIAL, he's 15th on total yards of passing. So you got a runner that's 4th in the WPIAL. You got a passer who's in a top 15. It gives you that balanced attack on offense. On the flip side, though, however, you want to talk about the Prexies. They score a lot of points.
They do.
But more importantly, they don't give up many points.
And on top of it, that they usually don't. They're usually not starting their starters in the 4th quarter.
Right.
And I know we looked at the stats. We compared the two. Ellwood City has more offensive yards, but they've had to play most of their games in that 4th quarter. Washington has been just blowing lights out. And I looked at the stat line. The first 2 quarters, Washington Prexies are scoring about 29 points alone in the first half. So when that 3rd, 4th quarter comes, they barely need to get out there.
Well, I don't know this for fact, but I'm guessing there were 6 mercies by this Wash High team this year. Their quarterback passing is Tristan Reed, just a little over 1,000 yards, 11 TDs, and just 4 interceptions. You'll see a lot of rushing out of Eddie Lewis tonight. 121 carries with a 7.7 yard average. Javon Woods will be saying his name tonight as well. Maybe not as a balance of attack, but stats do tell you a lot. But when you start getting those mercy rules and those type of things, you kind of got to put an asterisk beside them. Soon now we'll have our Ellwood City Wolverines taking the field with the game here tonight. We tried to get some more stats from Washington, and don't want to be lopsided, but we're telling you what we found, and it wasn't near as much as what we have for Ellwood City. Just want to put that caveat out there for everyone to be aware of. As the Wolverines, just a little over 2 minutes, and here come the Wolverines onto the field. Got the EC flag and the American flag, carrying that American flag tonight for the Wolverines is number 6, and it's great to see him back, Gavin Partridge. He'll see his first playing action here tonight. The junior went out in preseason with the collarbone, and a tough. It was a tough break for Gavin, but he did get cleared to play here Wednesday. We will be seeing him on the field tonight. The junior had a really great sophomore year, so it was a nice honor for him to be able to come out in pads, carrying the American flag onto the field here tonight.
So while we have this time, as they're about ready to take the captains out to the middle of the field, Thad, let's talk about the keys to the game tonight. And we're going to keep them basic, but it's straightforward. First key of the game, initial nerves and unforced errors. Both these teams come into playoffs as the first round, but one of these teams has been here multiple years. Ellwood has not. It's those initial nerves going to cause some differences, unforced errors as well. Who establishes the run game? Both these teams can run the ball. We're going to see it for sure. And then ultimately, splash plays for points. Not only gaining 30, 40 yards, but who's going to put up 6 points up on the board?
So as they're flipping a coin out here, and I like your keys to the game, Brad. Coach Bosnick, Mike Bosnick's been here for 16 years, I do believe, for Washington. Very successful in those years. He got his 135th win just last week in the school. 740 wins in their school history. That puts them 4th in the WPIAL. The Prexies have, I'm not sure who won the toss, but I know that they will be receiving by the account of our officials. So we're just moments away here.
They did win. So Washington Prexies did win the coin toss, and they did elect to receive. So it'll be Ellwood City kicking off here as we are a couple seconds away from the start of the first round of playoffs. Again, folks, we apologize. It's a 7:15 start. It's a little bit delayed.
Yep.
There's nothing we could do about it,
right.
But they had a little bit of some bus issues and transportation issue for Ellwood City. But
there was no accidents
here.
or anything.
No
It's
accident,
just,
no.
Some timing issues, but nonetheless, everyone got here in one piece and good to go. So we are ready for kickoff, and just an exciting time. I tell you, it's so great to be in Ellwood City right now. The excitement by everybody behind this team as they make their first trip to the playoffs in quite a few years.
We do have an update for Washington Prexy fans. It's 7-0 McGuffey.
So kicking off appears to be senior Michael Walters, and game is underway. Puts it down there, and it's going to get taken there and fell on at the 38-yard line by number 1, Travis Krucher. So here comes the Prexies, 1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Beautiful field down here, as you can see, just stands on one side, and I'll know better at halftime, Brad, but I think there's as many Ellwood people here as there is Washington here tonight. The Prexies come out. We'll see a lot of I formation, as we're going to see right here, as quarterback Tristan Reed.
And they're already going to check to the sideline.
So he's under center. Goes back to pass. He rolls out, looking downfield, under pressure. Almost gets the Caden Dodge there. There's a fumble on the play. Get on it. I do believe.
Yep, it was the Washington Prexies who fell on it. It's
But
number.
the big loss on the play.
Officially, I see a 5.
I want to think
52. 52
that
with
was
the recovery.
52 with the recovery. Alexander Green, however, you got the replay, Brad, showing right there. It looked like Michael Walters was in there, and then Dodge came in and really, pretty sure it was Dodgio,
Yep.
got in there and knocked that ball loose. A big-time loss on the play. A loss of 10 yards on the play, actually 11, so a 2nd and 21. Prexies wanting to come out to pass. Coverage was great down the field, however. There's a handoff up that right side. Not much running room there for Eddie Lewis. Number 7, Eddie Lewis on the carry. So a gain of
I think they're going to give him about a yard.
about
basically.
a yard. No, yeah, about a.
Yep.
So the scoreboard is kind of trying to keep up. So I don't know if we can look at that much right now. But got Perry DuBois out there and Evan Twiddell on that front line, along with number 72 of the Wolverines, Ryder Grinnan. You will find on this the Prexy's team, they are tall on that front line. That front line's average size is about 6'3", and I'm not exaggerating. You got Dockery out there at 6'6", another Dockery at 6'3", but on this big third down by the Wolf for the Prexy's. There's the handoff coming around that left side. He's got some blockers out front. He's got a head of steam. He's at the 50. There's a flag. He's at the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown for the Prexy's. But let's hold the phone and see what that flag is. Ellwood City seems to think it's coming back.
Yeah, it's going to be either a hold or a block on the wide receiver blocking downfield here. He looked good, and I think they're going to call officially the spot foul. We're going to say right around the 48. So this is going to be a yard short.
That's where the flag is.
And that's where the flag is.
So they'll mark it off from there. And, yeah, I did not see – there's a call. It was a block in the back. So back it up 10 yards. We'll redo third down. So being a spot foul at the 48, going to take it back to the 38 and going to set up a third and about 11. However, Brad, a little scary if you're the Wolverines right now, because we'll talk about how tall the Prexy's are, and they got some speed.
Yes,
they got some
they do.
extreme speed in number 3, Eddie Lewis, and he got the side that time, and he was gone. So, handoff there this time to number 7 up that right side and bounces around. Going to get up to about the 46-yard line. Going to bring up a 4th down and 3. And I think it was Gavin Partridge had his nose in there to slow him down. That was Eddie Lewis on the kick. Quickly up to the line, not wasting any time.
Yep.
Offsides, Ellwood City. First down via the 5-yard penalty. And I tell you what, not that they caught the Wolverines sleeping, but they got out in there really quick to set that ball. And I really think head coach Bosnick that time had 2 plays in the huddle. They got the first one. So the first down tonight goes to the Prexy's, and they are in Ellwood City territory at the 49-yard line. Reed in the shotgun. He's the keeper this time. Goes up that right side. He's got a hole. He's going to go all the way into the end zone for the 49-yard touchdown, just like that. What number was that, Brad?
So that would have been the keeper, the quarterback there, I believe.
Yep, Eddie Lewis for the run. 49 yards. Made it look pretty easy that time. I think it was a direct snap to somebody else. Check
it was
check
actually.
that number. I don't think it was, because you'll notice that their quarterback does not run the ball much at all.
That was number 5 officially.
So Xavier Willis with a direct snap, kind of a wildcat thing going on. Here's the extra point, and it is good. Kicked through the uprights by number 18, Bodie Coomer. And just like that, with 9:13 remaining in the first quarter, the Prexy's take the lead 7-0. Tough series there for the defense of the Wolverines. They came out, got a 12-yard sack, fumble, recovered by the Prexy's were able to recover it themselves. And, boy, they made them pay. The speed got them that time. It was something we talked about earlier, talked about all week, Brad, that this speed of the Prexy's could bode to be a problem. So, first drive, officially 62 yards. And now we have the Prexy's kicking off. Kicking off will be number 18, Bodie Coomer back to receive for the Wolverines. Deep is Elijah Palmer McCain and Dante Pierce. Here's the run up and the kick. High end over end kick, not real deep, taken there at the 30-yard line. Hit is O'Brien. Fumble on the play, and I think it's going to be. Did he keep it in bounds? We'll wait to call. Oh, he did. Fumble and recovered.
Number 25.
Number 25, James Carter. O'Brien was trying to roll forward. He got hit. Ball popped up in the air, and I think Coach Bradley's wondering if that ball was not recovered with being out of bounds. Coach Bradley expressing his dismay with the call right now, but the officials conversing, and they're waiting to see the call.
Oh, they're going to say it's Ellwood City ball.
And they are.
Wow.
And we could really, I really thought with the way we had Ellwood City sideline players couldn't really see it, but no, we got one official. Wait a second, we were wrong.
Well, we were right. They pointed the wrong direction.
No, yeah, it is Washington ball.
Yeah, they pointed the wrong direction.
We thought, yeah.
So we were right, but they pointed the wrong direction, so we were wrong.
Yes. So, but he was. I can see Coach Bradley. He had a front row seat to that, wondering if that player's out of bounds and he touches the ball, it's a dead ball. I do believe. But either way, it's not matter what we think. It's what the officials say. And there's number 5 around that right side and taken down deep in the backfield. What a play by
number 9.
Number 9 of the Wolverines. Luciano Gagrick took down number 5. Xavier Willis was the carrier that time. So loss of about 5 on the play. So ball's going to be set up there at the 49-yard line. Great play there by Gagrick that time to cut through that long line of the Prexies. And he grabbed on, didn't let go. That was the key to that one. So now,
I think we're going to get timeout Ellwood.
Yes, there is. It's going to be Ellwood City, and that will be their first timeout. That time, Reuben Gordon was lined up in the there. So, hey, you want to go over that list of names?
Yep.
Okay. Hey, as I said earlier, we got a list of names here, and that we want to just thank so much for donating monies to make tonight happen, and you'll see them there on your list. We got Wendy Suma, Matthew Lother, Kurt Augustinelli, Brian Partridge, Betty Grin, Shannon Landis, Mel and Pat Covert, Windhorse Family and Copper, Chrissy Ott McDaniel, Joe and Joyce Woody, Betsy Toman, Perry and Bob Malcolm, Erica Gray, James Dotson at Lawrence County Sports Network. I want to come back to that one. Anna Thompson, Georgia Moore, Steffler Window Cleaning, Stephanie Cameron, Roth Family, Spokane Orthodontics, Chris Biondi, Keaton Daccio, Victoria Kincaid, Coach Nate Brown, Darren Schilling, Claire Fauzi, Tara Lutz, and Carol Petrelli. Back to live action. Thank you so much for our sponsors this evening. There's a handoff, and going to be taken down there as Declan Gray rode down number 5 that time, Xavier Willis, for not much of a gain, Brad.
Yeah, about a yard there. We'll officially say the 48 of Ellwood, so he gained about a yard.
So it's going to be 3rd and 14. We're seeing different people take the ball here early on, and I'm not making excuses. It's just the way it is. We got really big-time glare, and it's just hard to pick out them numbers quickly. So if you could bear with us, folks, we would appreciate it. You almost got to be looking. So a shovel pass ahead to 0. He's around that right side. Son of a gun, he's gone. Wow. Reuben Gordon flew down the field on the shuffle pass, making the score 13-0 with 7:34. That kid was flying. He got the first initial block, almost a misdirection, as that forward lateral, we'll call it, to Gordon, and he was off to the races for the 48-yard touchdown. Wow. Points off of turnovers, Brad, and they got it that time. Number 18 back on, Bodie Coomer. There's a snap, bad snap, rolling around, and the Wolverines bottle him up and taken down there with authority was number 72, Grinnan, with the tackle. So with 7:34 remaining in this first quarter, all Prexies leading 13-0. Let's take a timeout, Brad. Welcome back, folks. The Wolverines find themselves down 13-0 with about 5 minutes gone. They have yet to run an offensive play. And when you're fighting for possessions, another high kick. Fair caught there wisely by Declan O'Brien. So the Wolverines will get the ball to start off here. So the Wolverines, you don't want to make this statement, Brad. Your first offensive play and you're down 13-0. Ball sitting there at the 34-yard line. Junior Chris Smiley in the shotgun. Got Elijah Palmer McCain to his left. Handoff to Elijah. Brings up to the middle. A nice forward running there and taken down by number 55, DeAndre Doherty. Going to pick up about 3 on the play. So we got to give a big shout out to the people here at Washington. Been very, very good to us this week as we've been trying to set up, and we certainly do appreciate them working with us to get us in here tonight to do this broadcast. Bringing up this 2nd down and 7 as Smiley in a shotgun, 3 wide outs to the left, 1 to the right, back to pass. Under pressure, Smiley dances. He's going to be taken
and
down.
He fumbled the ball. It's going to be recovered, Washington.
Washington gets it. Smiley was gobbled up by about 3 Prexies. Nowhere to. Josh McKinney with the fumble recovery, and the Prexies are set up. Good googly moogly, Brad.
Yep. Not a good start by the Wolverines at all.
My goodness, the Prexies are sitting there 1st and 10 at the 24.5 yard line. So in is number 5, Xavion Willis. Handoff there. Oh, he fumbles the ball, but he gets it picked up and driven out of bounds by Dante Pearson. Caden Daccio was Reuben Gordon that time. He dribbled the ball a couple times before he got it picked up. Very lucky to get that ball back in his hands. Loss of 2 on the play. And that's what's been discouraging, Brad. They're getting losses. They've pushed the Prexies back on a play or 2, and then 2 plays later, they're dancing in the end zone.
And unfortunately, that doesn't really mean much. When you turn the ball over twice, that's a tough start.
Very tough start.
Keeper here, number 5.
He rolls his way forward. Is number 5, Xavion Willis. Number 73, Evan Twiddell, getting up from the bottom of the pile. So he's going to get about
like 22, so 4 yards.
Yep, 4 yards for Willis, and he is down. He's cramping up there in the sidelines. They're going to have to take a timeout because he's still in the field of play. in obvious discomfort. I think it's just a cramp as he was trying to get to the sidelines. So the Wolverines, Coach Bradley, they're in the huddle with his assistant coaches, trying to figure out something to get a stop here. Because it's been all
it's been all Prexy so far. And they're going to look to score. I mean, right now you're at the 22-yard line going in. It's early, but you go in for another one. You're up 3 scores, and we're at the end of the first quarter.
And we've ran 2 offensive plays.
Exactly.
We didn't even talk about time of possession because I really didn't want to get into a track meet. I didn't want to get into a track meet with these guys.
Well, the yards right now, it's not pretty. It's all Washington.
It's so number 13, Patton under center. Goes it up. Going to be a deep pass down there. Wide open.
Number 0
is Reuben Gordon for his second touchdown. 24-yard pass from Caleb Patton to Reuben Gordon. He is a speedster, and he went down that left side. And just like that, it's 19-0 in favor of the Prexies. And the body language on the Wolverines sideline is not good.
Just like that, we're 6 minutes and 50-some seconds into this. It's crazy to think that we're only halfway through this first quarter.
I know.
And it's going to be possibly 20-21, and it looks like the Prexies will go for 2.
Yes, they will. So puts it up, and there it is. That's the 2-point conversion.
13.
Is good. As number 3.
Yep, 13-3.
Elijah Thomas gets the 2-point conversion. Just like that, it's 21-0, and we're not 7 minutes into the game yet, Brad. Not the start that we were hoping for by any stretch of the imagination.
All right, folks, so coming back out here, the Wolverines are going to have to figure out something here quick and early out of that 3 scores.
I don't think we've
fast.
had 2 turnovers in a quarter this season.
Let alone only 2 plays on offense. Everything just going in favor of Washington. That is for sure.
Yes, it is. So here with the kickoff is Bodie Coomer. Here's the kick. Kicks it deep this time and going to be goes out of bounds, and that's kind of almost lucky for the Wolverines that it did. It went past Elijah Palmer McCain. So penalty on the play because the ball went out of bounds.
So the Wolverines will take over officially at the 35. Obviously, their best field position right now. Just give me 3 plays. Give me 3 plays up the middle or
let's
something.
just get a first down.
And folks, we'll try to get you some out-of-town scores here at the end of each quarter as much as we can. So far, good start for the Prexies, and they're looking to keep it going.
So Smiley in the shotgun. Handoff there to Luciano Gagrick. Falls his way forward for about 4 yards. So going to bring up a second down, and we'll call it 7. Smiley back in that shotgun. Gagrick up that left side that time. Gets some positive yards. Looked like number 73 was in there, Joseph Wilson, for the stop. So a third down now, and we're going to call it 6 for the Wolverines. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Sidecar to Smiley's right. Back is Smiley. And a big block there. He goes up there trying to dive for the first down. I think he's going to be a little bit short. A key block on that play. Shane Lutz took out about two what would be tacklers, the Prexies.
Yep, so it's going to be short by about a yard. Looks like the 40. They're going to say officially the 40. Now they're going to say the 43, so technically 2 yards short.
So on this 4th and 2.
And they're going to get a quick timeout here by Washington. And they're just waiting to try to figure out what the Wolverines were going to do there. They had a couple different packages there. So timeout officially for the Washington Prexies. That's their first timeout. They haven't really needed them.
No, they have not. No, they have not. So almost a little bit stunned, Brad. I just, as we come out here, 2/3 of the way through the first quarter, down by 3 scores.
Well, and it was one of our keys to the game. We said about the initial nerves and unforced errors, and so far the Wolverines, they didn't turn the ball over at all that much on the year. We're talking 12 turnovers total, basically, 4 fumbles and 8 interceptions.
Yeah.
That's the bare minimum, and that was a lot of forced passes and a couple fumbles here and there, but you come out, you lay an egg so far with 2 fumbles, a couple offensive plays, and this could be one of the biggest plays of the first quarter, let alone
you're
21-0.
4th and 2. We
Yep.
were 10 of 33 on 4th downs on the year, about 33%.
And
he
somebody moved early, and they're going
Son
to
of a
catch him.
gun.
That's Declan O'Brien, unfortunately.
Yep.
Oh, my.
Backfield, it had movement.
Mm.
And that 4th and 2 becomes 4th and 7, and the punting unit comes on for the Wolverines. So now Declan O'Brien averaging 31 yards a punt on the season. Good snap. High, end over end. Good punt. Takes a nice Ellwood City bounce all the way down about the 17-yard line. So a nice punt there. 44-yard punt for O'Brien, pinning the Prexies down at the 18-yard line. So 4 minutes remaining here in this first quarter. Prexies have possessed the ball 3 times and got 3 scores each and every time of the touchdown persuasion. So handoff around this left side comes the speedy number 7 and makes a good gain there. Did Eddie Lewis about the 27-yard line. So he's going to be just about a yard short where they mark the ball of a first down.
And there's an injury here for the Wolverines. So they're going to call a timeout here by the officials. Do not see who it is, unfortunately.
I don't see a number. It appears to be a cramp the way they're holding the leg up.
Yeah, it's number 73, Evan Twaddell. And it definitely looked like a cramp. He fell on his own, and you could see he grabbed instantly.
And then the way they're holding that leg up there right now, trying to get that worked out.
So we held it off here, Thad. We might as well throw out a couple stats here. So far in this game, Washington Prexies, 12 carries, 143. Ellwood City, their offense, and I'll just keep it short, 5 for -2 yards so far.
Right.
So it looks like Evan Twaddell be helped off the field here a little bit, and he's still going to be stretching out that cramp, and I don't think he'll be on that sideline too long with that cramp.
No. So here come back out the Prexies on this 2nd and 1. Deploying one wide receiver far out to the right, one to the left, short side. Throws it out there and trying to do a little screen pass out there to Gordon. The ball falls incomplete. Willis was at quarterback at that point. And, I mean, that's the first pass that Willis has, or the second pass he's done all season. So the Prexies mixing up some things here.
Yep.
Right off the bat. Not really following the textbook of what we thought they were going to do coming into this game. Willis still in there now at quarterback. And Eddie Lewis is to his left. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left on this 3rd and 1. And keeps the ball is Willis. He's drugged down there by number 9 of the Wolverines, Luciano Gagrick. But he needed 1, got about 3 to be enough for the Prexies' first down. So ball now on the 32-yard line. And the Prexies move the sticks and get a new set of downs. So a lot of action going on all across the WPIAL tonight as we have this first round of the playoffs. Willis, low snap, hands it up there to number 7. And taken down from behind by senior Michael Walters was number 7, Eddie Lewis. But a nice pickup off that left side. And Brad, I'm telling you, the Prexies are so tall on that line that they're just blowing off the line right now.
Yep, we said
offensively and defensively they're doing it.
We said pound for pound, the Wolverines pound-wise are about the same. It's pretty darn close.
What I did in pregame or this morning, 236 Ellwood City, 229 the Prexies, but they give up
Height
about
difference.
5.5 inches. I'm not exaggerating that. There's number 7, Eddie Lewis, around that right side, looking for some blockers. Gets a few of them. Luciano Gagrick was over there, going to be, out to about midfield. He's going to pick up plenty enough for the first down. Give him 11 yards on the play because he got her out to the 49-yard line. Another first down for the Prexies with $1:45 to go here in this first quarter. So on this 1st and 10, the Prexies come out. About 5 seconds on the play clock, but I think they're going to get it off. There's a handoff. This time taken down in the backfield. Nice play there as Luciano Gagrick was in there along with Michael Walters to bring down the would-be runner. Did you get who that was, Brad? Really?
Dudley.
No gain on the
So
play.
number 9.
So using a lot of different people here.
Yes,
Dudley
they
only
are.
carried the ball 21 times all season. So loss of 1 on the play, bringing up a 2nd down and 11. There's Willis going on the keeper and tries to stiff arm on Michael Walters. He says nothing doing, and he takes him down. Number 76 of the Wolverines came in there, Tristan Reynolds, to put the final lick on him. Once again, a loss on the play. Going to bring up about a 3rd and 12. So in the final seconds here of this first quarter, with just 15 seconds, it appears that the Prexies are going to be content with just letting that strike down to 0 and move on to the second quarter, leading 21-0.
Yep. So we'll take a timeout, folks, here. It's early, but after first quarter, it is Washington Prexies 21, Ellwood City nothing. All right, folks, welcome back here to Wash High Stadium. Second quarter about ready to get underway here. Washington Prexy is a big one here for the Wolverines on defense. 3rd from 12, and the Prexy's looking to pass here. Opportunity, they throw it, but nice play by the Wolverine defense.
Daccio was in there
Yes,
to
he
disrupt
was.
thing. He hurried to throw, and down it went.
That was
Sorry
big.
about the cough, folks. I'm trying to get her taken care of here. Been kind of fighting a cold all week, but was not going to miss this game. So I apologize.
And that was Caleb Patton there passing-wise for the Prexies. And I would say that's a moral victory for the Wolverines because it looks like the punt team's going to be coming out for the Prexies.
Yes, it is. They finally get their first stop here early in this second quarter, very early. So back deep to receive is Daylon Curie. There's the punt. Oh my, that was so close to hitting one of the Wolverines. And it's going to be downed at the 20-yard line. So it's Crawford, Tyler Crawford, the punter.
Not a bad punt, 33. Wasn't the most cleanest punt, but that roll there, and it was very close to hitting
helped.
Declan O'Brien.
It almost hit Declan O'Brien in the back, and that would have been disastrous.
So the Wolverines will take over here early second quarter. They got to do something on offense. Get me one first down, and let's see what we can get going here.
Exactly. So now, Chris Smiley, the junior, in the shotgun, sends Gilchrist in motion, back to pass. We got a flag and thrown down there. Caught by Elijah Palmer McCain. He's taken down at the 38-yard line. I'm afraid this one's coming back.
This one's definitely coming back, unfortunately. I think it was an illegal motion or formation there by the Wolverines.
Yep. I think Gilchrist almost turned. Well, we'll
illegal shift.
Okay.
Yep, so as the radio broadcast said right beside us, he did not get set in time, and that's an illegal shift against the Wolverines. That's going to negate their biggest play of the night, just like that.
And that's a play that's been pretty effective in the later games of the season here.
Oh, it's worked.
As we let have Elijah come out of that backfield to get the catch, but
and that worked
all
there.
for naught.
Yep. So it'll be first down and 15 now for the Wolverines back at, well, they're 15.
Smiley in the shotgun. Elijah to his left. Sends Curie in motion. Back to pass. Got a man open down here. Tries to get it to him, and he does. Quickly taken down there. Out of bounds was Curie. Hit by out of bounds by number 11, Caden Cook. So not enough for a first down as he picked up about 12 on the play. Going to bring up down a second down and 3. Logan McClymans, the junior, the center, out over the ball. Smiley under center this time. Tries to push forward, and that forward momentum is going to get him plenty enough for the first down as big number 65 got up from the bottom of the pile. Carzell Doherty. But a nice pickup of about 3 on the play. Going to be first down. So the Wolverines do get their first down of the game, albeit 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the second quarter. It's kind of what we asked for to get something going on here. Smiley looks to the sidelines. Got 2 wide outs to the right. 1 in on the left, in tight. Hand off to Elijah, tries that right side, bounces out. Hit hard. Hit hard by the speedy Reuben Gordon. Picks up 5, though, but he paid the price as Gordon hit him on the side. Held onto the ball, though, did Elijah Palmer McCain. So going to bring up a second down and 5 for the Wolverines. Smiley in the shotgun. Hands off. Luciano Gagrick this time drops his head like he always does. Piles his way forward. I think Gordon was in there with the initial hit once again, Brad. So it's going to bring up a third down and probably 2.
Yep, he picked up 3. So good place here. Just got to keep it going, getting those first downs.
Smiley Hand off to Gagrick, makes a man miss. Up the middle he goes. Going to have plenty enough for the first down. Hit hard by number 25 in there, James Carter. But a nice pickup for Luciano Gagrick. Moves the stick once again, putting the ball at the 48-yard line.
Yeah, the Wolverines, like we said, they had negative yards. They had negative 2 yards rushing. That was an 8-yard gain. So finally, the Wolverines starting to establish a little bit of a run. And I can guarantee you know what that means coming soon, Thad. There's going to be a pass.
Yep. So there's a handoff to Elijah. Kind of loses his footing. Doesn't quite get to the 50-yard line. Give him about 2 on the play. So some new players coming in here on this 2nd down and 9 for the Wolverines. We're just trying to get something positive going on here. Smiley now. Shotgun brings Dante Pierce in motion. Wants to fake. We got a flag on the play. They stopped the play. Pre-snap penalties are never the offense's friend. And takes it back 5 yards. So going to be 2nd and 14. So stick around for halftime, folks. Of course, we'll have the Ellwood City Blue Band made the trip and the Prexy Band, as well as all the out-of-town scores. Oh, they moved again. Daggone it. Lose a little focus here.
Yep.
For the Wolverines.
And that's that.
2 back-to-back penalties.
Again, folks, this is the first time for the Wolverines in the playoffs for 11 years. They've been so good all year long, and that nerves are just coming through.
Well, it's nerves, and I mean, you come in, you're ramped up, you're excited. We saw the players Wednesday night. You know, they were excited.
Yep. And then you come into this game, 2 quick turnovers, 2 plays on offense, you're down 21-0. Yeah, the air has been taken out a little bit.
Yes, and so, I mean, frustration, you don't want 3 seconds on the play clock. They do get it off. Smiley, back to pass, under duress. Throws it down there deep, and just a little bit too far as the lengthy Michael Walters was down there. A little bit of a seam, but the ball a little bit too far, too high. Ball falls incomplete. So now, 3rd and 19, those penalties, pre-snap penalties, do not help you out here. Bunch to the left, 3 wide receivers. They move to quick under pressure. And I'll tell you what, Reuben Gordon is everywhere. And he was up in Chris Smiley's face that time. He had really no time to get rid of that ball. Ball falls incomplete. So it's going to be 4th down and 19. Punt formation now on for the Wolverines. So Declan Gray on to punt. High snap, but he gets it, and he kicks it out of there.
Good
It's
kick.
going to bounce, a great bounce for the Wolverines as it goes all the way down to about the 12-yard line. So big-time punt there for the Wolverines.
48 yards basically. Wow. Yeah, if they say officially the 12, that's a 49-yard punt. My goodness. If there's one good thing so far, it's been Declan Gray kicking-wise, punting.
Them 2 turnovers in that first quarter are just haunting us right now.
Yes, it is.
Because you set them up with really good field position, and they made you pay within 3 plays later.
Yep. Some out-of-town scores. Western Beaver, Sarah Catholic, the offense pass game, 14-14. And those who are Washington fans, McGuffey all over Derry, 22-0.
So there's a shotgun handoff there to the speedy Gordon. left side, rolls his way forward, carries about 4 Wolverines with him. Declan O'Brien gets up from the bottom of the pile. So it is going to be a run of about 6 yards. So you're going to bring up a 2nd down and 4 for the Prexies. So now 2nd and 3. Sends him in motion. Going to give it to running play up the number 4, and a nice tackle there by Michael Walters, because Trayshawn Porter had a head of steam. He's going to get plenty enough for the 1st down as he gets the ball all the way out to the 26-yard line. So he picked up about 7 on that play, Brad.
Yep. 2 back-to-back plays, good yardage, good chunk yards. And we said it, the Prexies came in averaging basically 7 yards per run play, and, well, they're definitely over that mark tonight.
Yeah, you get some 42, 49-yard runs. That speeds things up for you. So, whole misdirection here, but they try to, and the Wolverines were not fooled. A nice defensive play there as number 7, Eddie Lewis, was in there, and looked like Brian Partridge had his nose in there to get a tackle, as well as some other.
Gavin Partridge.
Yeah, Gavin Partridge. I do that once a year, so Gavin Partridge was in there. So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. Minimal gain on that play. So 3 to the left. Back to pass as number 13 throws it out there. Stutter steps is the speedy Gordon. Makes the man miss. Zigs and zags all the way out to about midfield. That was Caleb Patton throwing the ball that time, number 13. And Gordon takes it all the way up. Well, it ends up at the 45-yard line where his foot went out of bounds. Pickup of 23 on that play?
18.
18. I'm sorry. Carried a 5. So 1st and 10. 4:38 remaining. The Prexies do have 2 timeouts left, so lots of time for the speedy offense here of the Prexies. Hands off there to number 2 this time. Hit with authority was Declan Gray in there to make that initial hit on, I believe, number 3, Elijah Thomas. So Tristan Reynolds checking back in on that front line for the Wolverines. The sophomore, 6'4", 245. Pick up about 1 on that play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. The Wolverines have managed the big plays here better in the 2nd quarter than they did in the 1st. Back to pass. Got a man down there wide open. Makes the catch. And he's pushed out of bounds by Dominic Hogue. As, was it Gordon, made the catch. All the way down to, they're down to the 33-yard line. 13. So Patton, Caleb Patton, the sophomore, 5'10", 150. And he, coming into this game, he threw the ball 7 times all season. And finding him in there right now. 3 wideouts to the right, and a timeout taken by the Prexies. So they'll have 1 remaining here with 3:51 remaining in this 2nd quarter. As I said, folks, we'll have the bands and the out-of-town scores. There appears to be some close games. There appears to be some games like ours.
Yeah, we'll get some out-of-town scores real quick. Western Beaver Sarah Catholic still early first half there. It's 14-14. McGuffey all over Derry, 22-0. Mohawk in a good one there with Burrell, 8-0. Beaver Falls up 6-0 on Keystone Oaks. Obviously, number 1, Steel Valley and the Shinnick. Number 2, got the buys. A couple games in 1A there, some pretty good scores. Rochester's up on Cornell, 13-6. Clareton, last time I checked, I had 17-0. And Burgettstown and Union, 15-all at Taggart Stadium.
Wow, the 5-12 matchup will get you. So out of that timeout comes the Washington and Patton in there at quarterback on this series. Back to passes, Patton. Looking. Got all kind of time. Finds his man. This number 5, Xavier Willis, pushed out of there by Gavin, out of bounds by Gavin Partridge. Not after about an 8-yard pickup. And I'll tell you what, that time Patton had tons of time. Patton comes in from the sidelines, gets the play call from Coach Mike Bosnick. So we got a 2nd down and 2, 3:40 remaining, lots of time left. A little bit of a high snap, but he keeps it. Oh, hit hard there. Get the maple syrup. We got pancakes on the field as number 8, Michael Walters, came from that left defensive end position and put a lick on Caleb Patton for a big loss there. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 12.
Yeah.
And that time the Wolverines got the pressure that they did not get to play before.
I was going to say, Thad, yeah, they've been there a couple times, but it's not been back-to-back plays or one drive. It's been here and there, and finally something there for the senior Michael Walters, defensive end, somebody that just started there this year, and he's making his play. A big one here, 3rd down and 12.
Yeah, you would love to get a stop here. That's 2 possessions now. You would get a stop. They got to do it here on 3rd down. There's a handoff there to number 7, Lewis, around the left side. Oh, just out of the reach. Just down that left side with a head of steam, and he's going to get that 1st down as Daccio was given chase, and the speedy Eddie Lewis went around that left side.
We've seen it, unfortunately, Thad, all year long. You can run outside on these edges against the Wolverines on defense. We've seen it with the big guys there at the MAC conference, and it's continuing tonight.
So a good run for Lewis. Gets it down to the 18-yard line. 2 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left, everybody else in tight. As Patton hands it off, the speedster around that right side, makes a man miss. Lewis zigs and zags, into the end zone he goes. Lewis, 18-yard touchdown. He juked, he jagged, he zigged, he zagged, and next thing you know, he's celebrating in the end zone for the 18-yard run, making the score 27-0. And Brad, I was just going to say before that, yeah, you gave up 3 scores in the first quarter. You come out in the second quarter, and you can get the defense to hold them to 0. Was not able to happen, as now the score is 27-0. So Coomer with the kick, and it is good. Makes the score 28-0. 2:33 remaining in this second quarter. Welcome back, folks. The Prexies leading 28-0. 2:33 remaining here in this first half of play, as Bodie Coomer will be kicking it off to deep for the men. Dante Pierce and Elijah Palmer McCain. High end over end kick and taken there
By Curtin.
Curtin.
So it looks like he got about 6 or 7 yards on that, actually. And like they said across from us, that could have been dangerous. That could have been a big play coming.
I think you go for the fair catch on that one.
Yeah, I think next time you may do that.
He's feeling the pain right now. He took a pretty good lick. I did not get the number of that. So the Wolverines, looks to be 2 timeouts remaining with 2:30 remaining. Wanting to get something moving here in the final moments of this. There's a handoff up the middle. Was that Dante Pierce? I believe it was. So he gets 4 yards. First time he's touched the ball tonight. Quickly up to the line is the Wolverines. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 5. Smiley. Handoff to Pierce again. Driving his legs forward. Gets positive yardage, not a lot. So it looked like Joseph Wilson, number 73, was in there to slow things down. So a 3rd down now for the Wolverines.
A manageable one.
Yes, it is.
But one that they got to get. They have to get this.
Yep. With a $1:40 remaining and 2 timeouts, you can get this and make something happen. Back, Smiley. Quick pass out there to Michael Walters. He bobbled it, but he got it.
Yep.
And he
fumbled the ball. Yep, and Washington Prexies recovered.
Taken over by the Prexies. Get the ball.
Number 73 recovered it.
Yep, Joseph Wilson. Been making some tackles all night. And Walters just trying to fight to get more yardage. And unfortunately, the senior lost the ball. He would have had enough for the 1st down that time, too.
Yes, he would have, yep. And everything, unfortunately, just unraveling for
3 turnovers.
The Wolverines.
More than we've had in any game.
Yeah.
And you got a minute 25 left for the Prexies with 1 timeout.
Well, I mean, the nice thing, though, if there is one nice thing, is you know what Coach Bradley's going to have to say. And there's
back
nothing.
To pass. Throws it down. He had him going down the seam.
He did have him.
As Patton threw the ball, and I don't think Gordon was quite ready for it. A little bit off the mark, and lucky for the Wolverines it was, because he'd still be running. So incomplete pass does stop the clock. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 10. So on this 2nd down and 10, Caleb Patton, who's thrown 7 balls all season by our count, and yep, they're going to have a delay of game.
Yeah.
However, that I do believe, Brad, that is the Prexies' first penalty.
Yeah.
I
believe
this,
so.
Of this half for the Prexies. I guess technically, yeah, there's a kickoff out of bounds.
Yeah, technically.
So,
Technically 2. Technically 2, because of the block in the back.
Yes. So that was 28 points ago. I forgot about that one. So now 1st and 15. That play clock down again to 5 seconds. They're going to have to hurry to get it off, and they do. Hand off to number 9 around the right side. How you don't call holding on. Oh, yep, there's the flag for holding.
They did call it.
Percy Dudley. And I believe it was Walters was getting held.
Yep.
So they did call it.
Again, that line of scrimmage penalty here, so we back them up 10 yards. There we go. They got it figured out now.
Yep. So all the way back to the 42-yard line. So it's going to be second and a bunch, about 20-plus yards. Patton back to pass. He's looking. Slides it down. Nice catch. What a catch by number 3, Elijah Thomas. Went up the ladder to make that catch. Pretty good hands there in traffic to get up there to get that ball. Got about half the yardage he needed for a first down, so it's going to be third and we're going to call it 7. Back to pass. Slings it down there, under coverage, and
I think this is going to be offensive pass interference because he was holding the defender.
Yep, Dante Pierce was down there in
Yes.
coverage. The ball was short.
Yeah, which usually helps the wide receiver, but in this case, it should be pass interference offense. Wow, that is a wrong call. That is a wrong call. They're going to mark it against the Wolverines, and that is a wrong call. Unfortunately, Dante Pierce was the one on the ground. He was being pulled down.
Yep. So, on that third down, that penalty gives the Prexies a first down with just 29 seconds to go. Ball resting right there on the 30-yard line. One timeout, back to pass. He's got all kind of time. Throws it up there, got his man, and falls incomplete. Dante Pierce with coverage. He got his mitts in there just to disrupt things enough to not let that touchdown pass happen, because that had 6 written all over it. But Dante Pierce made it up. Ball falls incomplete. The intended receiver was Elijah Thomas there. So the incomplete pass stops the clock. Now second down and 10. Patton in the shotgun. Sends a man in motion. Going to hand it to him. Number 5. He's got some blockers. And taken down wonderfully by number 72 of the Wolverines. Ryder Grinnan rode him down. The runner, Xavion Willis. So I believe a timeout was taken, yes, by the Prexies. So just 15 seconds remaining. Out of timeouts are the Prexies. They'll set up shop with about a 3rd and 4. Ball right there at the 29-yard line. Don't forget, stick around here for halftime. We got you a lot of scores because we started a little bit late here tonight, so a lot of the scores, halftime is already going on around the WPIAL.
Is it 16 seconds? Did they put 1 second up there?
It looked like they did, yeah.
So officially 16 seconds left. I thought it was 15, so they must have put 1 second back up there.
I'm sure it was. Either way, it's 3rd down and 4. Ball on the 24-yard line. So back to pass. Throws it out there. Got a man out there. Oh, just a little too far. So Gordon wanted to get to that corner. Ball falls incomplete. He was kind of open there, Brad. If he would have kept running,
yeah,
I think
he was open on that pattern. Yep.
He was. So, on this 4th and 4, back to pass. Looking. Throws it down there. Jump ball, and the ball's going to fall. Incomplete. So, yeah, just 3 seconds remaining. Wolverines will get one play and give Caleb Patton the quarterback sophomore credit, throwing that ball down there. So we have not seen the starting quarterback, Tristan Reed, since the first series. We're not sure what the reason is for that. So Smiley just going to take a knee to get this half completed with the Prexies leading 28-0 over our Ellwood City Wolverines. Folks, we're going to get some cameras set up here and microphones and let you enjoy the bands, and we'll be back here to start the third quarter.
The Blue Band would like to conclude tonight's show with the 2007 Zach Wild guitar-driven hit, I Don't Want to Stop. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Choreography by Tyler Bacon Restaurant, production by Evan Wojcinski, and field membership by drum major Lionel Fox and Kelsey Steen. I am Bill Wilkie, the voice of the Blue Band, and thank you for recording the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blue Band Funk. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2023 Washington High School Praxis Marching Band. The band is under the direction of Mr. Stephen Cherry. The assistant directors are Mr. Jeffrey Schmidt and Mrs. Justine Nielsen. Our head majorettes are Ms. Amara and Marisa Garrett. And our drum captain is Miss Summer Sandoval. Our drum major is Miss Cheyenne Desmond. to Wash High Theaters for our featured presentation, the 2023 Summer Blockbusters. Selections will be played from Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 3, Super Mario Brothers, and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Now sit back, grab your popcorn, and enjoy the sound of the pride of Wash High, the Prixies Marching Band. Drum Major, you may now take the field. Dance along with us with moves from Just Dance 3. It's Just Mario.
All right, folks, welcome back into Wash High Stadium here. It's 28-0 Washington Prexies as we are about a minute or so away from the third quarter, but the teams aren't out yet, so you know there's going to be time put up there, which is good because that gives me time to do my show.
Before that, though,
Yes.
a big shout out to Erin. Is she in here? No. Yes. Oh, she's upstairs. Erin from Wash High School here. What a feast here.
Yes.
Macaroni salad, got cookies, got ham, and she is from the school. I asked if she is from the Boosters. Nope. The school does this each and every home game. So thank you to Erin and Washington High School. Go ahead, Brad.
Yep. All right, so let's go through those halftime stats. And, well, if you missed it, it hasn't been pretty. It's been pretty one-sided for the Washington Prexies. The score 28-0 at halftime here. Rushing yards 145 to 25. The pass yards just as crooked, 130 to 48. Total yards 275 to 43. And you can see that number there, Thad. The turnovers, 3 turnovers by the Wolverines. Unconventional, unheard of. Coming into this game with only 12 turnovers on the year. They coughed up 3 in that first half with 2 of them in that first quarter, first 2 drives, and you fall behind 14-0. You give up another on 4th down. And then you punt away, and all of a sudden you look up at the scoreboard. It's 21-0 going into the second quarter. Another score there by the Washington Prexies as they lead 28-0. If there is one blemish, and it's very minimal, it's very minute, that's 3 penalties for 25 yards. Flip side, Ellwood City 6 for 40. Some individual stats so far. Rushing-wise, Luciano Gackrick, he's got 4 for 15. Elijah Palmer McCain's been held in check, 3 for 9. He needs still 26 yards to break the school rushing record. So we'll see what the Wolverines can do on offense, as that 15 and 9 pretty much is their offense so far. Dante Pierce, 2 carries for 7 as well. Chris Smiley, 2 for 4, 18 yards, and he has not had any time to make any means necessary on offense for the Wolverines. And there's your total, 43 yards. On the flip side, Eddie Lewis, 9 carries, 90 yards, 1 touchdown, along with 19, and, well, that he's averaging 10 per carry. Xavion Willis 7 for 58 yards. He's got the other pair of rushing touchdowns, the other rushing touchdown with Eddie Lewis. Trayshawn Porter, 1 for 7. And a total there for 145 for the Prexies. Passing-wise, Caleb Patton, he's kind of taken over in the reins a little bit, 5 for 10, but more importantly, 82 yards, 1 touchdown, long of 22. And that trick play, that little handoff play that we've seen the Wolverines even run a couple times, and that team a little bit up north from here, that Acrisure Stadium team, the Steelers, they also do it, and it worked to perfection for Xavion Willis. He's 1 for 2 so far, 48 yards on that receiving pass forward touchdown, and that's why they're up 28-0.
I just want to make a point, Brad. Tristan Reed, the original starting quarterback, he hurt his thumb on the first play, and we missed that. We thought they were just cycling in a whole bunch of different quarterbacks. Tristan Reed will not be returning to the game tonight. Thumb injury.
Yep, so thumb injury there, and so far it hasn't mattered. The Prexies have been able to use 2 quarterback positions here, and Patton has come in and he's done his due diligence and has done the job so far for the Prexies.
They took a couple plays and did that wildcat, and it threw the Wolverines completely off guard.
Absolutely. They did put up 30 seconds up on the board. I have a feeling they're still going to put a little bit more maybe. We'll see as the Wolverines and Prexies are ready to go here shortly. Out-of-town scores, and there's some big ones in the 2A level. 5 games being played. Right now at halftime, it's Western Beaver up on Sarah Catholic. We said it was going to be a shootout. It's 17-14 at halftime. Amani Christian cruising past Waynesburg Central 16-6. McGuffey, if you're the Prexies fan, you know what's coming. If you continue to hold this lead, 25-0 Derry is getting trashed by McGuffey. The other 2A scores in the Lawrence County area, Mohawk is up just all over. Passing, Rona's been all over the place. He's been doing it all. 28-0 over Burrell, as well as the final score there from the Lawrence County area, or in this case Beaver County. Beaver Falls cruising over Keystone Oaks 14-0, and it looks like there's going to be a couple representatives from Lawrence County and Beaver County moving on. At the 1A level, Cornell is up on Rochester 13-6 at halftime. Clareton still leads over Laurel 17-0. And the upset special right now, the Burgettstown, the Devils, up 23-17 halftime lead at Taggart Stadium on Union. Wow, did not expect that one.
That would be a big upset. But
at the same time,
don't count out Braylon Thomas in the second half of the game.
Exactly.
So you mentioned Lawrence County. A shout out to our friends at Lawrence County Sportsnet. They're covering games tonight. They're working through some of the same issues that we did. There was a Sons of Italy up there in Newcastle, and I don't recall which one it was, Brad.
Yeah, I apologize. I don't remember as well.
They ponied up some money for that. But Dotson actually and the crew at Lawrence County Sportsnet threw a little money our way this week to help with our broadcast. We have a really great working relationship with those guys up there. As we move forward, folks, support them guys and listen to them, whatever they can do. Dotson and the gang up there at Lawrence County Sportsnet.
All right, folks, so we still have a second half. It's a little bit late, about 15, 20 minutes late than most games, but we still have a second half, and the Wolverines will be receiving first here, so they need to get something on the board. We'll take first downs at this point, but they need to get something quickly up on the board to get have any shot. As a tall task, 28-0, something that the Wolverines have not done this year is come back in games.
High end over and kick. It's fumbled, missed it, and can he jump on it? And he does. Dante Pearson, he pays the price. Wow. He got lick him and sticked him as number 2, Tyler Roberts, was in there, as well as some other Prexy shirts were in there. Averted disaster there as Dante was able to get that ball picked up. So offense now for the Wolverines. As you said, Brad, Chris Smiley has had minimal time to do much of anything and not much running room for Elijah Palmer McCain, whether up the middle or out the outside. There's not been the opportunity to gain much yards. Chris Smiley now in the backfield in a shotgun formation, however. Hands off there to Elijah. Tries to run up the middle, dragging several Prexies with him as Tyler Roberts was there to put the initial hit, but not after about a 7-yard gain for Elijah Palmer McCain. So nice play right out of the gates here for the Wolverines. Now a 2nd down and 3. Little confusion on the defense of the Prexies, but they do get set in time. Handoff again. This time it's Luciano Gagrick, and not much there as he's met by the whole line. And number 73, Joseph Wilson, who had a fumble recovery in that first half of play. And Luch actually gained a yard. We'll give him a yard. So now a 3rd down and 2.
Again, Wolverines had a couple of these manageable 3rd downs. They just have not been able to maintain it.
This time running up the middle is Luciano Gagrick and making things happen. Move the sticks for a 1st down. Takes it from the 34 all the way out to the 43-yard line. So pickup of 9 on that 3rd and 3. I think they'll be glad to take that all night. So now Smiley. Hand off to Dante Pierce. Bounces out to the left side. Got some blockers. And he's going to go all the way down to about the 32-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there by Elijah Thomas and Reuben Gordon. But he takes that ball from the 43-yard line all the way down to the 34-yard line. So pickup of
23 yards.
Largest play for the Wolverines tonight. Coming out of this 3rd quarter, moving the ball. Handoff to Elijah McCain. Rolls his way forward to about the 24-yard line. So quickly moving here are the Wolverines, and they need to, I think right now, no negative plays. Just keep the ball moving forward as it sits there on the 31-yard line. Going to bring up about a 2nd down and 3. So Josh Gilchrist, far out to the right. Michael Walters, short side left. Back is Smiley, under pressure. Oh, taken down. Nice tackle there by number 20, Javon Woods. It's going to be a loss on the play of a couple. And Smiley was kind of running for his life on that play, Brad.
and he's been doing that most of the night. As that will go in as a sack for number 20, Javon Woods. Loss of 5.
You think about how tall this line is
it's
and how
insane.
long their arms are. They're just, when they get the notion, they can kind of manhandle things up front. Hand off to Elijah. Picks and weaves his way through. He's going to be short of the line again. And DeAndre Dougherty was in there, number 55. So a big fourth down here. The Wolverines did have moved the ball to this point on this drive, but they need about 3 yards to keep the drive alive. Wolverines were 10 of 33 on the year. Smiley back to pass. Got a little bit of time. Not much more. Oh, and a little bit underthrown ball, and Luch Gagrick was very well covered. It would have been a really hard catch but another time there, Smiley had about, one Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and boom, he was hit under duress. So ball over on downs. The Prexies will take the ball 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Thad, that's been the theme. The Wolverines finally get a good drive together, a couple plays, and make some good running plays, and the passing game has been absolutely taken out of this one.
So now the Prexies on the keeper. And number 2, he just keeps them legs a churning. Not sure if that was number 7. Number 7, Eddie Lewis takes a direct snap. And he's going to pick up about 6 on the play. Give him 7. So now a 2nd down and everything in tight now. Direct snap on the short side, and there he's gone. Number 20, he's at 15, being chased down by Elijah. Elijah not giving up. Fumble on the play. Picked up. No, they're waving him down. They're waving him down as number 20, Javon Woods. It was like that short direct snap. I don't even think it was handed off to him. And he busted through the middle and came out the other side. Give Elijah Palmer McCain credit for saving that touchdown. It was from the 27-yard line all the way down to the 5.
Talk about chuck change, 61 yards. Give credit, though, to Elijah to catch him. My goodness. Woo.
As he was off to the races was Javon Woods. And I don't know how he's kind of just squirted through the pile, Brad. The Wolverines did not wrap him up. Everything in tight again. This time handoff to number 7. And into the end zone he goes. Eddie Lewis scores again from about the 5-yard line, I believe. So that makes the score 34-0 in favor of the Prexies. Extra point forthcoming. Coach Bradley's just really giving it to one of the officials right now. Something we don't always see. Waits the snap for Coomer. High snap, but he gets it down. The kick is up, and the kick is just inside, making a score 35-0 in favor of the Prexies. I got to say it. Mercy me. Mercy roll into effect now for the Wolverines as the Prexies have taken the lead 35-0.
We came in tonight, Thad, thinking about this Washington offense. We haven't really seen it too much. They haven't put up the the crazy numbers because they haven't had to. That fourth quarter, they have really not touched much of the field with their starters, and I think we're seeing tonight why. 35-0, and I think you're maybe a couple more plays, 7 minutes up on the board, and you may be a couple plays away from a couple starters being pulled tonight.
I believe so. As your playoffs, how many plays have they had over 40 yards tonight,
Oh, it's
Brad?
going to be an insane stat line. That just put them up over 340 yards. It's at 348 tonight.
They scored on a 49, a 48. You had a 61-yard run there.
Put it in perspective. They're almost averaging 9 yards per play on everything tonight.
Per play. Wow.
My goodness.
Wow. So, kicking off for the 6th time tonight, Bodie Coomer. High kick. It's going to bounce. Dante Pierce. And who got it? The Prexies, I thought, he almost picked it up on the bounce as it just bounced up. Dante Pierce tried to catch it.
There's one thing you do not do. You do not let the ball bounce, especially on a turf field. You just don't.
And that time the kick, they've not been real deep. That one was a little bit deeper. And running clock the rest of the way, folks. 6:40. Smiley in a shotgun. Handoff there to Elijah. Tries to pick his way forward. Gets it to the 25. Number 65, big number 65, 6'3", 240. Garzell Doherty was in there to get the stop. So Smiley now to Dante Pierce. Up the middle he goes. Drops his head forward. Rolls it for a couple yards. So Dante Pierce going to pick up 2. So now a 3rd down, and they're going to call it a long 4. The passing game, Smiley's just not had the time to get the passing game going tonight. As he goes back to pass, comes around, and that pressure got to him. He had Elijah open out in the flat, but ball falls incomplete. Going to bring up 4th down now for the Wolverines. So they are going to go for it on this 4th and 5. 3 wide out left side, Carter to his left. Back to pass. He's going to run, and he is going to dive forward. Not giving up his Smiley. Going to get needed 5. Going to get about 9. Enough for the 1st down on a quarterback keeper. As the pocket closed around him, he found a way to get out over there. So now Smiley back in the shotgun. Throws it out there. Finds his man, Dominic Hogue, and hit hard there, but still rolling forward, not wanting to stop. And they almost picked him up to slam him down. Gets it out to the 47-yard line. A nice pickup there of 18 yards for Dominic Hogue.
Yeah, and we got an injury here. It's going to be a cramp, looks like it, for the Washington Prexies.
Yeah, one of his teammates there trying to help him out.
So that'll be an official's timeout there with 4:02 remaining.
Yep, they will stop the clock for a score and or an injury.
Those keeping track for Elijah Palmer McCain, he just needs 3 yards here to break the single rushing record on the season for the Wolverines.
Okay.
So We'll try to get a couple out-of-town scores. We're going to have a lot of finals here tonight, Thad. Something that we usually don't do very often is have all the finals, but there's a good chance with that 15-minute delay this morning or this evening, we'll get that chance. The injury there was number 1. That was Travis Crutcher. He comes up, and he's looking okay. He's testing it out, and he should be probably perfectly fine as he gallops over to the Washington sideline. So we do have a rolling clock here officially, but yeah, I give credit to the Wolverines that came out in the second half, moving the ball and looking pretty good, and then all of a sudden, once again, just the drives have just they've fizzled out so far this evening. And when you have 3 turnovers as well in the first, you're playing behind the 8 ball.
That they scored on all 3 turnovers. That's
the killer.
That's the killer. So there we go. Hand off there to Elijah Palmer McCain. Bounces to the outside. Keeps it going all the way down to the 35-yard line. And that will do it for Elijah Palmer McCain to be the single-season rusher in Ellwood City history. So
we'll see what they officially spotted here.
The 34 at the 34-yard line.
It's a good pickup there for Palmer McCain, and with that yardage, he has 51, so that'll put him 16 over the mark.
So handoff again to Elijah up the left side and pushed out of bounds there by the speedy Reuben Gordon. But a nice pickup.
So I think they're going to spot the ball at the 26-yard line. So nice, good yardage, back-to-back runs there.
Somebody
yards.
changed the line because we have a number 74 out there on the line.
Yep.
And I'm not sure who it is. There's a handoff again. This time, not much running room there. Ridden up, taken down from behind. And Wolverine down because he fell on very awkwardly. Roberts with the tackle. But we have an injury timeout here. It does stop the clock. They're working on, there's players in the way. We can't see who it is.
Yeah, it is a Wolverine down, unfortunately. And like you said, Thad, that was a you pull 2 guards and whatnot, and everybody runs on each other. That hurts a little bit.
Yep. That's Shane Lutz. And I saw Shane there the last series kind of favoring the one leg or lower body.
Yeah,
we'll call it.
He's been banged up a couple times this year.
I know it's been he's having some cramping issues, but this here, he's putting weight on that right leg, but not as much as you normally would. So, and he's really played well this year. Shane coming in there on the line.
So they put P.J. Dubois out on that line.
Yep. Smiley trying to run around and falls his way forward, depending upon the spot. Caden Cook was there to kind of just help him to the ground. And that is going to be enough for an Ellwood City first down. So 1st and 10 ball. They're at about the 23-yard line. So Smiley, handoff this time to Elijah, pushes the person out of the way, gets down there. Gonna pick up about 5 or 6 we'll give him. So now Smiley, 2 wide outs to the right on this second down. Handoff to Elijah. Tries to weave his way through there. Not much yards on that one. Got some positive yards, but not a lot. So it's going to be 3rd down now. Ball at about the 16-yard line. So Caden Daccio in there now. Ethan Patterson finding his way into the game. So Smiley under center this time. Tries going forward. I don't think he got enough for the first down on that third down play.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where if you don't get it, you know what you're going to do.
Just do it again. So,
Yep.
going to be ball at the 15. He needs to get right there about the 13-yard line. So, it's going to be a 4th and 2. Now, everybody in tight once again. Sends a man in motion. Hands off to Elijah. And I think it's going to be dependent upon the spot.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be short.
It's going to go on downs.
Yep, turnover on downs. It's the third time tonight we've seen that, Brad. Wolverines wanting to get on the board, move the ball well. And at this point, that is going to be the end of the third quarter with the Prexies leading 35-0. We'll take a timeout. Welcome back, folks, as we start this fourth quarter of action. Ball over on downs. The Prexies will get the ball. Trying some misdirection, and it worked. Up that left sideline, he's going. Got one man to beat, and he beat him. The speedster, Reuben Gordon. How far did he run? About 86-yard run for Gordon. Stat builder there. That kid is fast.
Yes,
it only
he
takes
is.
him a half hour to watch 60 minutes. He's so fast. He was gone. And that makes the score 41-0.
Just 12 seconds on that one little snap to the left. 86 yards for a touchdown. Wow. And
Yes.
once again, Fed, we said it. He wasn't touched.
No. Was it a direct snap? I don't think it was.
No.
Oh,
Yep, bad snap here, fumble, and they're just going to
look
throw for it, and it's going to be caught.
It's
but
that
short.
Kind, no, I think it's going to be
caught,
short.
but
Yeah, it was
short.
out of bounds.
No, they
it was
said
incomplete
it was incomplete
catch. So score is 41-0. The touchdown stops the clock, and that was just a dagger, Brad. I'm sorry. It just was like.
Oh, if there was any shot,
Well,
it's gone now.
It just to keep it respectable. And that one there just kind of was, what's the word I'm looking for? Mike, vocabulary was not maybe one of my strongest subjects in school.
I'm not really sure where you're going with this. It's just a bunch of points. Remember you had a phrase this year, a bunch of freaking yards. Well, you know what? That's a bunch of freaking points.
That was.
So give credit to the Washington Prexies. A little change up with their quarterback there on that first play, and since then it has been.
They've not missed a beat.
No, they have not.
And
give
have
kudos to the coaching staff too.
Yep. And different people stepping up in kind of that next man up mentality, and you saw it here tonight with the Prexies. And I don't think our cameras can quite catch how tall these guys are kick, and fair caught there by O'Brien. And he's going to take that fair catch at about the 27-yard line. So Wolverines now will take over with the rolling clock down 41-0 at the 28-yard line. You got P.J. Du Bois, as we said, out there. Shane Lutz, I don't believe is out there right now. He was, hitching his giddy up as he was walking around there. Logan McClymon's the junior, under center. Smiley gets the ball, turns around. Stop and go, and just a little too far and out of bounds for intended receiver Dominic Hogue. Ball falls incomplete. From the Wolverines standpoint, you wanted to get to the playoffs. You stopped that drought.
Check mark.
You check that off. You've been 12 years. Been since this century, been to 2 playoff games.
A non-regular season losing season. Check
Right,
mark.
Right.
Oh, my.
Hand off to Elijah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he almost got speared here.
Yep.
But rolls his way forward. Going to get a nice run there for Elijah. Number 6, Josh McKinney gets up from the bottom of the pile. And going to pick up 7, bring a 3rd down and 3. But, Brad, I think the silver lining, we're still a young team. We got 17. We got 4 seniors playing. Well, one's on the IR. Handoff to Dante Pierce. He's going to get 1, but not 3. So you're going to bring up a 4th down and 2. And Coach Bradley's going to send the punt team out there to punt this ball away. But it's vital to get that playoff experience. You got 1 game, under your belt. You were 5-5. Can you build on that for next year? I do believe. Yep, I think we're going to get you take a timeout here as the clock runs down on this 4th and 2. And yes, Coach Bradley does call that his first of 3 timeouts. Brad, why don't you put that list of our patrons up there once again for everyone to read. Folks, take a look at these great businesses and people here. We needed some money here to make this broadcast happen tonight, and it was $1,000. And we don't make that rule. We just have rules that we have to follow. And much debate, and we reached out to just put it out there on social media, and these great people have donated. And it's so appreciated. And so many times, businesses, I'm going to soapbox here for a minute. Businesses, well, they can give money. Oh, you hear people say they have budgets, they can give money. Yeah, they do. They do. But they get to pick where they send it. It's their money. And we are very grateful that they picked us to send that to and support us. Our mission, Brad and mine, from the start of this 6 years ago, was to promote the extracurricular activities of Ellwood City High School. And we work every year and try to get better at that. And we are so grateful for those people that donated tonight to give us the opportunity to broadcast this first playoff game here in 12 years.
My.
Had a false start there on 4th and 2. Daggum.
My goodness, that's not good. Out of a timeout.
Yeah, I mean, that's
the evening.
That's kind of
that's the evening wrapped up in one play.
Yep. You kind of see that. So there's the snap. Looking under pressure, Smiley, and he's going to get gobbled up. He tried. Valiant effort, but taken down. And he got cramped up, the would-be tackler. Ball going to go over on downs once again. Official timeout will stop the clock. Obvious cramp going on down there for one of the Prexies. So up on his feet is
Number 20,
number 20.
Javon Woods. He's up and he's going to walk over and made a decent play with that defensive line there for Prexies. And we said it again, Thad, all night long. Chris Smiley has not had
No,
a
he does.
second behind the line.
So ball over on downs. The Prexies will have the ball at the Wolverine 28-yard line. And Caleb Patton sitting there under center. Hand off to number 9, makes a man miss. Up the middle he goes, and taken down by Gavin Partridge to save the touchdown. As Dudley, and he's going to gets it all the way down to right at the 10-yard line. So first and goal now for Percy, number 9, that was Brad Percy Dudley on the carry.
Yep, he picked up 19 solid yards there, and it's a good thing Gavin Partridge, I'll say it, it's a good thing he came back this week, because if not, that was another touchdown up on the board.
Yes, it was. So now, Patton under center. Quick handoff up the middle, number 25, bounces at the outside, and he is into the end zone. Is number 25, James Carter, the 5'10", 190 junior, gets it in for the 10-yard run, making the score 47-0, 7:55 remaining. So extra point forthcoming. But I talked about the business a lot of individual people gave to that too. Wanted to be sure to get that in there, so we thank all of them. So Patton now on to extra point, and it is good. Count it. So makes the score 48-0. All Prexies, all the time here tonight. We'll take a timeout. Welcome back, folks. Score 48-0. Kicking off after that 24-yard drive for Washington. So the run up and the kick taken there by Dante Pierce at about the 14-yard line. And going to run up there and be tackled by number 3, Elijah Thomas, the senior. So Wolverines back out on offense. So 1st and 10 for the Wolverines. So now Smiley in the shotgun. 2 wide outs left, to the right. Handoff Elijah Palmer McCain up that left side. Hurdles one man. Tries to work his way toward the sidelines. A nice run there by Elijah. Goes into the bench. And gets it all the way out. Waiting for the spot here. Yep,
like
to the
47
47-yard line.
So 16 yards there. He's getting close to the 100 mark here. He looks like he's going to come out for a couple plays here,
Yep.
1 or 2.
So the line up for the Wolverines. Smiley in the shotgun. Hand off Dante Pierce. Puts his hand down, drives his way forward. And a nice run by Dante to get positive yards up to about the gain of about 7. And looked like Caden Cook, number 11, in there to slow things down. 6:35 remaining in the game. Now, Smiley. The pass out there to number 5, and DeLon Curie, his first catch of the night. Gets enough for a first down. Gets the spot at the 34-yard line. There's what, about a 14-yard pickup there? 2 to the left, 2 to the right. As Smiley hands off to Dante Pierce. Wants to follow his blocker. Up he does, but meets about 5 Blues jerseys there. Give him about 5 yards on the play. So now going to bring up a second down, and we'll call it 4. So awaiting the snap is Smiley. Quick throw out there. DeLon Curie, the second catch on this drive, pushed out of bounds by number 20, Javon Woods, but gets it down to about the 22-yard line. So pickup of 7 on the play, going to be enough for a Wolverine first down. So the Wolverines just looking to put something on the board here before the clock strikes 0. Flags, and a lot of flags. It appears to be
against the Prexies. I think maybe offsides or substitution error or something.
Well, but they stopped the play. If it's offsides, they would have kept it going, wouldn't they?
The clock's been stopping all night.
No, but I'm stopping the play.
Yeah.
So PJ Du Bois in there for the injured Shane Lutz on the left side. Hand off to Pierce, and he gets dumped there, gets some positive yards. As number 6 gets off the bottom of the pile, Josh McKinney. Going to bring up a second down, and yeah, I
don't know. It's confusing.
We're hearing Bob Craig beside us doing the radio side of things for down here in Washington County, and he didn't know either. Hand off to Dante Pierce. Up the middle he goes. He's going to go into the end zone for the 15-yard touchdown run. Dante Pierce gets his Wolverines on the board. His 3rd touchdown of the year for Dante Pierce. So at 4:02 remaining, the Wolverines get on the board, making the score 48-6. So Miss Caitlin Kreitzer on. First time we've seen her tonight to attempt the extra point. High snap. Declan Gray, though, gets it down, and it is blocked. Just kind of messed the timing up there, but you got big number 73 in there, standing at 6'3". I think number 72, 6'5", Elijah Swanson in there. So it's kind of hard to get over them tall, long bodies. But with that, makes the score 48-6 with 4:02 remaining.
Good drive there by the Wolverines. 7 plays, 69 total yards, most of them by Dante Pierce and Elijah Palmer McCain. Elijah Palmer McCain obviously getting over that single school record mark there. He's got 92 yards on 15 carries. Dante Pierce, 9 carries for 63 yards. So the tandem is running the ball good. It's just a little too much, a little too late.
Well, too late's the bigger thing. You know, you're kind of getting, I call them mop-up yards now.
Yes.
As we're rolling clock and things are rolling. I want to make a note, Maddox Singer, the junior lineman, is who had the ACL, MCL against Brentwood, the week after Brentwood. Went down with that week in practice, and he is on the sidelines tonight. No brace, no nothing. So good to see Maddox here supporting his teammates, and an obvious contributor to the team, and looking forward to seeing him back on the field his senior year next year. And hey, Brad, we're losing 48-6, and it's going to be a long ride home for everybody here. Caitlin Chrysler coming out to do the kicking, but there's definitely some things to build upon after the 2023 season, but maybe not want to talk about them tonight. Got to take a shower, get her all washed off, and move on to next year, and I can guarantee you these kids will be in the weight room. Oh, ball goes behind number 7, and going to be stacked up there, and not much of a return there for Eddie Lewis that time, as a whole bunch of Wolverines were there to bring him down. So 3:40 remaining. Really getting into that territory where they can just about so here comes the Prexies, and I'll say it, high-powered offense. How many yards are they up to, Brad? A whole bunch.
463.
463. Oh, the fullback gets the ball, does a little spin move. It's number 25 rolling his way forward. Michael Walters comes from the defensive end position to hit him and take him down with help from Dominic Hogue. So was that number 4? I missed it. Number 25.
25, and
Yep.
he just said
James Carter.
the announcer is on point tonight. Really good voice.
Yeah.
He just said he moved a couple cars in the parking lot. Yes, he did. Big body.
And
That's
great
everybody in
announcer
Washington.
here, man. His voice just booms.
Yep.
So here comes the Prexies. Handoff this time to number 4, bounces it to the outside. The speedster goes up that right side. Was Trayshawn Porter, the 5'9", 150-pound senior, getting some running room here now. So we're down to that 2-minute mark. You certainly think about our seniors on the team and certainly appreciate their contribution to Ellwood City football. Some first-year players, some 4-year players in our group of seniors. So we certainly thank them. Always fun to cover the home team. So it'll be 2nd and 1. And Dudley with the carry, met there by a whole bunch of Wolverines. Ethan Patterson, one of the aforementioned seniors in there, to slow things down. Just about down to the minute 10 mark. So it'll be 3rd and 1. Stick around, folks. Here we'll have a little bit of a post-game show with some out-of-town scores. Yep, and there's the run. Another first down, but why they stopped the clock, not really sure. No, they ran it. And I think, no, Washington does not have to run another play. That appears to be the final play. So I think it's over, folks. As we come to the end of the game, the clock strikes 0, and the Prexies of Washington defeat the Ellwood City Wolverines 48-6. You kind of saw tonight why the Prexies came in as that number 4 seed, Brad.
Yep, and they proved why they were worthy of the number 3 seed
Or 3
tonight.
seed, I'm sorry.
Just putting up an offensive just meltdown by the Wolverines. Couple fumbles there, giving the short field to the Prexies, and they capitalized it. And if you're going to ever upset a team that is ranked higher than you, seeded higher than you, you cannot do turnovers. And that was one of our keys to the game. And unfortunately, the nerves, the anxiousness, and new territory for the Wolverines, unfortunately, it does not go in their favor. So what we'll do, folks, is we will do this for the last time of the 23 campaign here for football. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with some final stats from this one, and then we'll wrap it up. So stay with us, folks. Final score 48-6. Stats after the break. All right, folks, welcome back here to Wash High School Stadium. The final score here in this one was 48-6. Washington Prexies all over the Ellwood City Wolverines. So the Prexies will move on. We'll talk about who they're going to be playing next. But before we do that, we have some final stats from this one. Final stats are on your screen. The total yards rushing all in favor of the Prexies, 360 yards to 178. Most of those 178 yards in this second half by the Wolverines were just some chuck change. The Wolverines were held a negative 2 yards rushing in that first quarter. So give credit to the Prexies defense so far. Playoffs have been in their favor on defense. Passing yards 130 to 48. Give credit there to Patton coming in after Reed got injured in that first play of the game. So we'll have to see an update there. But give credit to Patton coming in and doing some damage. Total yards 490 to 226 in favor of the Prexies. Turnovers, we talked about it. Thad to him in that first quarter set the tone. You get behind the 8 ball, 14-0, and then quickly another score, and all of a sudden you're sitting there staring at 21-0. And that lead just ballooned from there. 7 penalties for 45 yards, and on the flip side, the Prexies finished with 4 penalties for 30 yards. Individual stats from the game tonight. Rushing-wise for Ellwood City, Elijah Palmer McCain finished with 15 carries, 92 yards, and he did officially break the single-school record, rushing record for Ellwood City, so give credit to him. There's going to be a lot of records. We'll talk about them throughout the weekend and next week of all the things that this 23 Wolverines team did. Dante Pierce finished with 9 carries, 63 yards, and Luciana Gagrick 6 carries for 25. On the flip side, Washington, they used a bunch of runners tonight. Eddie Lewis, 11 carries, 102 officially with 2 rushing touchdowns. Reuben Gordon, 4 carries, 92 yards. He averaged 23 on those 4 carries. Wow. Javon Woods, 1 carry, 61 yards. We saw that one, and he ballooned that one real fast and got caught by Elijah Palmer McCain at the 5-yard line. Xavion Willis, 7 carries, 58 yards. Percy Dudley, 4 carries, 24 yards. James Carter, 2 carries, 22 yards. Trishawn Porter, 3 carries, 22 yards. So a bunch of yards. The Prexies, 34 carries, 360 yards rushing, a 10.6 rushing average on the evening. Caleb Patton, 5 for 10. He didn't have to throw anymore in the second half, 82 yards, 1 touchdown. Same thing for Xavion Willis. Not a single pass thrown by the Prexies in the second half. 1 for 2, 48, and that one little pitch passing play for the touchdown. Chris Smiley, 5 of 10 for 48 yards. And the receiving wise, give credit. We said he was a 4.3, 4.4 athlete, and tonight it seemed like he was a 4.2 athlete, and that was number 0, Reuben Gordon. 4 catches, 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a long of 48. Receiving wise for the Wolverines, leading receiver was number 5, Daylon Curry. He had 3 catches for 31 yards. So there's your stats, and a lot of them in favor of the Prexies. Give kudos to the Prexies defense. They pick up the victory, and I think it's the victory number 49 or something like that in their playoff history and run, and they'll continue to move on from here. All right, out-of-town scores, and then we'll let Thad wrap us up for the 23 campaign. Final scores, across 2A, Western Beaver defeats Sarah Catholic 38-21, so Western Beaver from the MAC Conference will move on. Amani Christian, they were at halftime 16-6. We did not get an update on that one against Waynesburg Central. Final score, McGuffey 25-13 over Derry, so that means these Prexies will take on, once again, just a week removed from taking on the number 6 seed now, McGuffey. So McGuffey and Prexies, and that one will most likely be back here next Friday night. 2A, Mohawk, the MAC Conference once again, 42-0 over Burrell. Moving on, Beaver Falls, the MAC Conference again, 20-7 over Keystone Oaks. So if you're keeping score at home, the MAC Conference tonight, 3 for 4 on the evening. Cornell and Rochester, there's a good one. It's in overtime. It was the first overtime. Cornell did score, so we'll see what Rochester has to do. It's 19-13. Moving on, Clareton all over Laurel, 44-7. And finally, the big one here, Union. Give credit to the Braylon Thomas, and the tank engine continues on. It looks like they will pick up the victory against Burgettstown, 44-30. So, folks, there are your out-of-town scores. And Thad, well, lead us out for the last time.
Okay, great. Hey, fall sports is not over yet.
Yes,
because we have a cross-country team competing down in Hershey here. They left this morning. We'll be competing tomorrow. So best of luck, and a shout-out to our cross-country team, 7 young men went down there to compete as a team, and best of luck to them. I know a lot of them wanted to be here tonight, but they worked hard to get to that state level, and they are down there tonight. So best luck to them, and a shout out to Michael's Furniture, once again giving $100 for every victory this season to the Ellwood City Food Bank. They have donated $500 this year to the Ellwood City Food Bank. Huge thank you to Michael's Furniture. Keep apprised of our social media pages. We got Powder Puff football game coming up here in a couple weeks. We will probably record that and then set it out there. It's a fundraiser, so want to get as many people out there to watch that. And Brad, it's hard to believe we're about 26 days away, 27 days away from the first basketball game. The fall tip-offs or season tip-offs are just right around the corner. Folks, a tough loss tonight. Make no mistake about it. It was going to be a tall order to come in here and beat this team, but you wanted to be competitive. Unfortunately, that really was not the case. But either way, a great playoff experience. The drought is over, and something to certainly build on. Folks, it's been a wonderful season. On behalf of Dakota Marshall, the cameraman, Brad Windhorst, the stat guy, the producer, the man, and look at our YouTube page. He had a great thing from Riverside last week. I know you put a lot of time into it. You did one for the playoffs. There's footage that he dug up from 1987 and the early 2000s. Go to that YouTube page and look at them. It's a trip down memory lane for any Ellwood City fan or high school football fan. Take a look at it. You'll be glad you did. And myself, Thad Sturgeon, why do we do it? We do it for the love of the game, the players that play it, the coaches that coach it, and the fans who love it. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you tonight. Good night, everybody.